Hello everyone, in this video I will discuss to you how the blood circulates in our body. And every time we hear the word blood circulation, of course the first thing that comes to our mind is of course blood. But I think the second thing that comes to our mind is of course the heart, because the heart is the primary organ of the circulatory system. Our heart is an amazing organ. You know why? Because our heart continuously pumps blood, specifically oxygen-rich blood and nutrient-rich blood throughout the body. Yes, those kinds of bloods are necessary to sustain life. This fist-sized powerhouse beats, expands and contracts 100,000 times per day, 5 or 6 quarts of blood each minute, or 2,000 gallons per day. As the heart beats, it pumps blood through a series or a system of blood vessels called the circulatory system. So the first thing to consider about the blood circulation are the 4 important chambers of the blood circulation, namely the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, and the left ventricle. Those valves may be hard to memorize or tend to be confusing when we are talking about the chronological order of those valves. So, for you to easily memorize or to remember those kind of valves, just remember the 4 initial letters of those valves, TPBA. So if you're a Filipino, just remember the meaning of it as the Philippine Basketball Association, or TPBA, just like that. Now let's do this. Let's talk about how the blood circulates in our body, particularly in our heart. Try to visualize this representation as if you are a man wandering and you are a deoxygenated blood. So now let's start our adventure. And because you're a deoxygenated blood, then you will start at the right atrium. So from the right atrium, you will go to the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. So to prevent the blood from overloading this ventricle or the right ventricle, the tricuspid valve will automatically close. And now you will go to this artery, or the pulmonary artery. So for you to be able to go there, you will pass through another valve, namely or called the pulmonary valve. So from the right ventricle, you will go to the pulmonary artery through the pulmonary valve. And because you're a blood waiting to be oxygenated, from the pulmonary artery, you will go to the lung. And here, you will enter small capillaries, and there you will enter the alveoli, and then you will be oxygenated already. And now, from here, or from the lungs, you will now enter again the heart through the pulmonary vein. Here, from the pulmonary vein, you will go to the left atrium. From the left atrium, you will go to the left ventricle, and for you to be able to go there, you will pass through another valve called the bicuspid valve or the mitral valve. From the left ventricle, you will go here, the aorta. For you to be able to go to the aorta, from the left ventricle, you will pass through another valve and the last valve called the aortic valve, and there you will go to the aorta. Since the aortic valve is the last valve, it means that we are getting out of the heart. And from the aorta, you will go to the arteries. And now you will go to the body tissues away from the heart. Since the primary role of blood particularly an oxygenated blood, is to deliver oxygen-rich blood throughout the body. There's also a way in order to go to the different parts of the body called the body tissues. So here in the body tissues, this is where your brain is, your arms, legs, and other vital organs of the body. So what will the blood do? Of course, it will deliver them oxygen-rich blood in order to function properly. And after the blood deliver oxygen-rich blood, of course, it will be deoxygenated again. And of course, it will go back to the heart. So what will be the way of the blood from the body tissues back to the heart? So it can be from this way, or the upper body part, and now you will enter the superior vena cava. Or it will be this way, the lower parts of the body. You will enter the inferior vena cava. Since we are talking about circulation, the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava will both lead to the right atrium, and then the process will be repeated. And that ends the process of blood circulation. You will now be able to realize why heart is really amazing. It's just small like fist size, but it really works very complexly. And that ends my video. I hope you learned a lot from it. Until next time, bye bye.